Hello and welcome one and all. My name is Mark Stetter and I have the honor and privilege of being the Dean for the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences here at Colorado State University. This is an incredible event and I know a very special day for all of us. We are participating in the commencement of 130 graduates, the class of 2016, as they become doctors of veterinary medicine. I want to thank everybody in the audience for the time and the many, many miles you've traveled to be part of this important ceremony today. If you've not already done so, if I could ask you to make sure you've turned off your cell phones. If you're interested in taking pictures, you're welcome to come down in these areas on either side and take pictures, but please note that we do have professional photographers that are taking pictures, and we will let all the graduates know how they can access so that all of you can get those pictures in the weeks ahead. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the faculty and guests that are part of the platform committee with me today. I'm going to ask each person to rise as their name is called, and I'm going to ask the audience to please hold off your applause until everybody is standing. Mr. Joseph C. Zimlick, Colorado State University Board of Governors. Dr. Jody Hanslick, Dean of the Graduate School, Colorado State University. Dr. Curtis Crawford, President of the Colorado Veterinary Medical Association and a veterinary practitioner in Monte Vista, Colorado. Dr. Dean Hendrickson, Professor in Clinical Sciences. Dr. Anna Fales, Assistant Professor in Biomedical Sciences. Thank you all for joining us today. This is the 106th year that Colorado State University will graduate a class of veterinarians. We know you've worked very hard to be part of this tradition, and not only for the last 4 years, but this journey starts many, many years before you enter Colorado State University. It's a tremendous lifetime achievement, and I'm very honored to be Dean of the college as you commence today. As many of you know, our veterinary college is one of the very best in the world, and the students here that are also the very best in the world. The basic foundation of this excellence are the people that work and live within our halls. It takes intelligent, passionate, motivated, innovative teachers and staff to reach this level of excellence, and we're very proud of the CSU team that make up this college. I'd like to ask at the moment all the faculty and staff that are part of our college to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Several of our graduates have recently received awards from various groups within the college. These awards, many of them were presented last night. They are all listed in your program. I want to take a moment to again recognize and thank them as a group and applaud that tremendous effort. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to invite our Board of Governors representative, Mr. Joseph C. Zimlick, to the podium. Mr. Zimlick will confer the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Will the class of 2016 please stand? Governor, on behalf of the faculty in the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, I present to you these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. They have fulfilled all the requirements for that degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors, the Governing Board of the Colorado State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, together with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
We will now proceed with the ceremony in awarding the diplomas. Will our Associate Dean, Dr. Melinda Fry, please escort the graduates to the platform to receive their diploma and memento from the college. Graduates, as Dr. Anna Fales reads your names, please walk to the center of the stage where you will receive your degree.
Angela Abbott, Colorado. Blake Ayton, Arizona. Danielle Opfenring, Amavisca, Arizona. M. Stephen Arnold, Colorado. Ariana Ayazi, California. Jamie Balducci Hinkson, Arizona. Justine Barone, Florida. Laura Barron, summa cum laude, Michigan. Emily Faith Bartlett, Maine. Alexandria Dolphin Bass Sourwine, Wyoming. Kirsten Blanchett, magna cum laude, Minnesota. Annie Beckerman, Virginia. Natasha Balorirad Vallejo, cum laude, California. Kathleen Brandis, Colorado. Lindsay Branscombe, Wyoming. Kirsten Bull, cum laude, Montana. Ashley Dawn Cameron, Colorado. Jessica Carey, Colorado. Amy Casali, Colorado. Jose Casillas, Texas. Caroline Marcia Cervelli, Pennsylvania. Candice Lynn Chintus, Arizona. Ethan Benjamin Costain, Colorado. Brooke Delaney, Louisiana. Eddie Desco, Pennsylvania. Mary Caitlin Dozier, Kansas. Adam Gardner Drury, Tennessee. Lindsay Dykstra, New York. Jen Ernest, cum laude, Colorado. Susan Eastman, New Jersey. Erin Eversole, New Mexico. Christine Fitzpatrick, California. Jennifer Lee Foltz, magna cum laude, Colorado. Anna Marie Kathleen Forseth, Montana. Kelsey Gardner, Arizona. Megan Gibbous, Connecticut. Fane Guggens, Massachusetts. Lauren Estelle Gould, California. Jennifer Hafferman, Montana. Jennifer Ann Hartman, Colorado. Samantha Hauke, Montana. Brooke Hare, Colorado. Matthew Hayro, Arizona. Jennifer Nicole Hefner, New Mexico. Dalton Hindmarsh, Colorado. Elizabeth Lund Hoagland, cum laude, Indiana. April Hohenbaum, Minnesota. Lindsay Hone, Louisiana. Cindy Hong, California. Rachel Hooper, New Jersey. Caitlin Jane Hornig, Colorado. Siri Imogen Horsley, Wyoming. Patrick Hunt, New Hampshire. Linda Hyatt, Illinois. Amanda Lee Igeta, Hawaii. Samantha E. James, Arizona. Sam Johnson, Colorado. Jeanette Joseph, Northern California. Sunny Cow, Hawaii. Megan Landon Kilwitz, Colorado. Christopher Kelly, Colorado. Kyle John Kelly, Minnesota. Emily Kirkpatrick, Colorado. Laura Clausen, Nevada. Drew William Coe, Colorado. Mackenzie Kurth, Arizona. Emma Lance, Illinois. Kevin John Lavelle, Wyoming. Jonathan C. Lee, Hawaii. Naomi Naeung Lee, California. Nicholas Corey Lemmel, Colorado. Travis Michael Linney, cum laude, Colorado. Jason Long, Arizona. Alice Brianne Lowridge, Nevada. Olivia Love, New Mexico. Samantha Merrick Lyons, Colorado. Katie Lee Magram, Wyoming. Kate Marley, New Mexico. Courtney McCarthy, Colorado. Katie McCullough, Illinois. Lauren McDowell, Montana. Erica Myers, Arizona. Nigel Miller, Colorado. Heather Newitt, Pennsylvania. Lily Nyai, New York. Mariah Nichols, Nevada. Serena Ann Olson, Illinois. Jesse Davis Olson, North Dakota. Carla Marie Osborne, Arizona. Kelsey Morgan Parrish, Arizona. William Pass, Colorado. Rebecca Pava, New Mexico. Michelina Petri, California. Kayla Porcelli, Maine. Dana Powers, New Mexico. Thomas Walsh Pryor, Wyoming. Paul English Repenning, Maryland. Amanda Crouch Richards, Texas. Mike Richardson, California. Mary Ricker, Georgia. Nicholas Allen Robertson, Colorado. Samantha J. Salmon, cum laude, Colorado. Susan Reese Schaff, Maryland. Lauren Noel Schneider, Arizona. Catherine Elizabeth Seavey, Maine. Jordan Elise Sedlacek, magna cum laude, Colorado. Brett Setzer, Colorado and Kansas. Katie Grace Shea, Montana. Helen Sims, cum laude, Colorado. Bernadette Kathleen Loomis Smith, Maryland. Victoria Esther Tanguay, Maryland. Sarah Therio, Arizona. Emma Thomas, Illinois. Aurora Elena Torres, New Mexico. Hannah Turner, Colorado. Alexa Veal, Arizona. Caleb John Walker, Michigan. Christine Renee Walters, cum laude, Wisconsin. Rachel Wanty Larson, cum laude, Colorado. Melissa Ward, Colorado. Allison Watson, Colorado. Teresa Wendland, Illinois. David Lee Williams, New Mexico. Lok Jin Win, Petaling Jaya, Malaysia. Randy Wood, Colorado. Edney Yoshioka, Hawaii. Chuck Yurkin, Pennsylvania. Jenny Zoe, Hawaii.
Please join me in recognizing 130 new graduates. Congratulations. Wow, you guys got a great cheering section here today. At this time, I will ask Dr. Curtis Crawford to proceed with administering the veterinarian's oath. Dr. Crawford is president of the Colorado Veterinary Medical Association.
Will the graduates please stand? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society, through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention of and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations and welcome to the profession. Please be seated, Doc.
Thank you, Dr. Crawford. It is not uncommon for us to have Army veterinary officers commissioned as this part of the ceremony. This year we do not have any commissioned officers, but I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank all the individuals in the audience who currently serve or who have served in any branch of the armed services. Would you please stand? Thank you for your service to this great nation. I'd like to call upon Dr. Dean Hendrickson, our faculty commencement speaker this morning.
Good morning. Welcome everyone, the class of 2016, because you brought us all together here today, for the distinguished guest here, and probably at some level almost as important as the class itself, those of you who are flanking us, and thank you so much for being here today. It's an amazing honor to be asked by you guys to do this. I really don't know how to express my gratitude to you, so thank you for that. It's been a great pleasure to work with you. We all kind of started this gig together, so if you'll remember, when you first came, I was in the dean's office, and so we spent the first couple years together, the last couple years together. It's been a lot of fun to get to know you all. And what a day, right? The sky is blue, the birds are singing, the sun is shining, and you're one step further along in your journey. And I'd really like to kind of talk a little bit about that today, but first I really want to reinforce, and you guys are going to hear this a bunch. You heard it last night, you're going to hear it now, you'll hear it again, is that you didn't get here alone, all right? None of us are an island unto ourselves. We are all owe so much of what we have and what we are to the someones around us. And I'm a big Louis L'Amour fan, and I love Louis L'Amour quotes. He is perhaps not the most recognized literary scholar of the world, but in my little world, he's the most recognized literary scholar. So he said that nothing is quite so beautiful as when you share it with someone else. There is no purpose in working unless one works for someone or something. So I really want to encourage you guys this weekend, regularly as you go forward, thank those someones in your life. Thank them, spend a little time, make sure that they know how special they are and how they've helped you to get here today, and helped you get beyond, as Will said last night, through the incredible efforts to get out of veterinary school. Thank them for those amazing things. Thinking of education here, it's always an interesting perspective, and I think that we have tried our best to give you guys a good education. I think we have succeeded in some places. We have no doubt probably stumbled and perhaps even failed in others. But I think our goal really has been to help you get started. And one of the biggest mistakes I think we make in life is thinking that this is the end, right? This is the end of this journey, and now you go out and you work. And I just so want to encourage you to think of it, as Will talked about last night, as really a beginning of things. Education isn't something that you ever finish, not if you really enjoy your life and enjoy what you do. It's something that you continually go on to do. Louis L'Amour, you're going to hear Louis L'Amour a lot today, had this perspective. He said, "No one can get an education, for of necessity education is a continuing process. If it does nothing else, it should provide students with the tools for learning, acquaint them with methods of study and research, methods of pursuing an idea. We can only hope they come upon an idea they wish to pursue." My real hope for you guys is that this is just the start, that you will go from here and you will find things that you get so excited about that you can't help but do them. So 28 years ago, I sat in chairs not too different from these over in the Laurie Student Center Theater and graduated from CSU as well. And I have to tell you that I am just as excited about my career today as I was then. And I think there's so many opportunities, but it's going to be something you have to decide to do. You will have to pursue it. You will have to decide that it's time to continue on and to learn things. And if you keep doing that, who knows what you will expose to and what you'll get to do. I mean, life as a veterinarian is, I think, one of the most precious, amazing lives that you can ever imagine. To be honest, I actually feel pretty sorry for anybody who's not, because we get to do so many amazing things, and the doors are really open for anything. So as you go through life, and if you wake up one morning and you don't have that excitement and you don't have that thrill of going and doing what you're doing, look at one of the other options that veterinary medicine has to offer. There are a lot of them. And in fact, it's probably the only downside to veterinary medicine that I can think of is there are too many options. There's too many things we could do with our degree and with the knowledge that we have. So I really want to encourage you to keep looking to pursue things and try to continue to get better. Louis L'Amour also said that the more one learns, the more he understands his ignorance. And that will become very obvious to you as well, that as you continue to do new things, you will be stretched. So the beauty of never trying anything new is you can get really good at the doldrums. Right? You can get really good at doing little. And you can feel very comfortable at doing little. And you can make a career of doing little. Well, you can make a job of doing little. I don't think you can make a career of it. So my encouragement to you is always stretch. Always be out on the edge. Always be looking for some new thing and try them. You'll find some amazing opportunities before you. The things I do now, I could not possibly have imagined when I was sitting in your seats. Could not even imagine what they are. So just look forward to what that might look like for you guys and what you do. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Bad times have scientific value. These are the occasions a good learner would not miss." It's not all rosy out there. No matter what we have tried to tell you or others have tried to tell you, life is life. It throws you curveballs, there are bumps, there are speed bumps, there are difficulties, there are challenges. There will be a lot of things that you guys will face as you go. But take those moments and learn from them, because you will be stronger and you will have an opportunity to go and do more things. So I really want to encourage you to do that. You've heard me over and over talk about studying principles and not procedures, and I really want you to take that to heart. Because if you can learn the principles, you can do anything. There's absolutely nothing that can stop you as long as you're willing to try that. So continue to learn. It will make your job a career. And there's a difference between those. And pretty soon you'll be, like Dr. Holt described last night, telling everybody everything you know about everything that you've seen and done. And that actually is good for them whether they recognize it or not. So what does it look like to continue on? So what does it take, besides learning, to continue on and make a career out of what you guys want to do. I think a lot of cases it's determination and effort. You have to be determined to do this. Life is a choice. I so firmly believe that we make choices every day that will determine our happiness, our joy, our success. And I just want you guys to choose that. There's some neat opportunities that we can look at. Rob Liano, who's a writer and consultant, stated that achieving success is a challenge, but so is struggling. Why not choose success? If it's going to be a challenge, why not choose success? Why not decide in the morning when you get up that that's what you're going to do, and you're going to try that, no matter what life throws at you, that you're going to take it and learn from it and get better. So determination, Louis L'Amour, you notice the theme here, said that a great book begins with an idea, but a great life with determination. So I want you guys to be determined. I've watched you. I have watched you since Pingree Park. And I have watched you walk through things. I have watched you be challenged. I have watched you guys over the last couple of weeks when so many people disengage because really you're ready to be done. And I've watched you not do that. You guys are a determined group. You have worked hard. You have done a lot of things. I really want you to keep that determination and keep working with it and try to figure out what you can do. Thomas Edison said that if we did all the things we are capable of, we would be astounded with ourselves. Do everything you're capable of. Don't be afraid. What is failure? An opportunity to succeed the next time. Right? There's nothing about life that tells us that you have to succumb to failure. You don't have to stop with doing that. And in fact, as Thomas Edison said as well, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed, try one more time. Just try one more. And if you fail, just try one more. And just keep going until all of a sudden you haven't failed anymore. There's great opportunities for you. And just look at those people around you and the people that you can help as well. Realize you guys will all be part of a team somewhere, right? No matter what you do from here, you'll be part of a team somewhere. Even if you're in a solo practice, you're a team with the client and the animals that you work with. So there's a team out there for you, and you want to see what you can do to help that team. So as part of your determination and effort, look around you to see how many others you can help. Because if you have the opportunity to help others, you have the ability to take the focus off yourself and maybe feeling bad about the way things can be going. So look for others and see what you could do and help that. Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Leo Buscaglia said that. Think about that. What is something you can do starting today and every day that you're going to look out upon others and find out how you can make a difference in their lives, how you can change their lives and help them to see what they do. And then you'll see success. So success is a funny thing. Success looks different for us at different times. Success looks different for us as we look at other people. One of the things I really want you to think about as you measure your success is pull out your success measuring stick to measure it, not someone else's. Don't look at other people to see what they've done. Look for ideas, look to see how you can grow, look to see how you can get better. But when you measure your success, check your measuring stick. That's the one that's designed for you. That's the one that will tell you whether or not you've succeeded or not. Look at that one. Don't check somebody else's. I think we too often look at someone else that's done these grand things and we think, man, I didn't do that. I didn't cure X, Y, or Z. I didn't come up with the newest one of these. But at the end of the day, you may have helped someone who was really struggling one day to take a new look on life. That's success, because they may make the difference. They may cure X, Y, or Z. They may come up with the newest something, and you were the one who turned their day around. You were the one. That is success. So use your measuring stick as you do that. Thomas Watson of IBM stated success this way. Would you like me to give you a formula for success? It's quite simple, really. Double your rate of failure. You are thinking of failure as the enemy of success, but it isn't at all. You can be discouraged by failure, or you can learn from it. So go ahead and make mistakes. Make all you can, because remember, that's where you will find success. So don't be afraid to go out and try stuff and look at this. There's a lot of opportunities for you. Albert Einstein had a really interesting perspective on success, and his deal, I think, really was don't set out to be successful. Instead, try to become a person of value. What do you suppose happens when you become a person of value? You become successful. So think about that as you're working out and looking at opportunities for your life. Robert Schuller said, "I'd rather attempt to do something great and fail than to attempt to do nothing and succeed." That's not the kind of success you want to do. I set my bar really, really low. I can't possibly miss it. Everything will be good. Set your bar high. Jump. Try to reach for it. And never bring the bar down. Jump higher. Never settle for less. Expect more. Always be trying to do more, and you guys will see a lot of great things. Act as if your life makes a difference, because it does. So final couple of thoughts from Louis L'Amour, whom if you haven't read, you should go get a book after this. Or for families, maybe you should get them all a Louis L'Amour book. Louis L'Amour said as he was wrapping things up, I want to talk about your legacy here. So you have left a legacy. In most cases, a really good one. In some, we will get over it. But it's been positive to know you all, and through all of the circumstances and all of the things that you've done. So Louis L'Amour said, the trail is this thing, not the end of the trail. Travel too fast and you will miss all you are traveling for. It is by this that we measure a person, by what they do with their life, by what they create and leave behind. And finally, there will come a time when you believe everything is finished, yet that will be the beginning. Here's to your beginning.
Thank you, Dr. Hendrickson. I'd now like to invite Dr. Linda Hyatt, class president for 2016, to come to the podium and share a few words.
Wow, you guys, this is so exciting. As the president of the class of 2016 over the past 4 years, it is my absolute pleasure to be one of the first people to refer to you all as doctors. Congratulations, doctors. We are finally here. We have finally done it. We've completed vet school. I am so proud and happy for each and every one of you. First of all, I wanted to share with you a fortune that I received in a fortune cookie just Wednesday night. It says, in capital letters, I may add, "There is always time for you to try a new path in life." Well, you know what? I'm going to rip this up because I don't need your negativity in my life, fortune cookie. I have been waiting 4 years for this, and I am going to savor this moment. I don't need another path in life. I've chosen veterinary medicine, and I am very happy with it. Sorry for the mess. I heard a lot of people complain to Deb about the ceremony starting at 8 o'clock. I know, guys, right? It's so early. But don't worry, we won't have to wake up early again like this after today until you start your job in about 3 weeks. I would like to offer an enormous thank you from the bottom of my heart to the people who are watching this graduation today. To our family who may have traveled across the country or across the world to be here today, thank you. To those in our family who couldn't travel to Fort Collins but are watching it on the live feed, this one's for you, Mimi. I miss you and I love you. I wish you could be here today. Thank you all for your unwavering support. Everyone in this room has some form of support system, and to be perfectly honest, veterinary school is not easy, and we could not have done this without you. It is you all that have fostered our love and our drive to care for animal patients and our human clients. It is you that has forgiven us, or maybe even been proud of us, and written it up to, they're working so hard, when we've come home smelling like manure or anal glands. Our family and friends have been understanding when we've been somewhat absent throughout the past 4 years, because even if we've been home for major holidays, there are many other important days that certainly we've missed due to our obligations in school. And if we've had the chance to make it home, we often have an exam to study for. Finals, NAVLE, state boards, capstone, etc. Many of our supporters in the audience today have offered a shoulder to cry on after an exam you thought you failed. They've offered an open ear when we came home excited about a giant abscess that we were going to express. Our supporters may have bought you a beer and made you laugh after a hard day. The people in this audience have been here for us through thick and thin. I'd also like to spend a moment thanking and remembering the family and friends who couldn't be here today because at some point in the past 4 years or prior to it, they passed away. They are still a huge part of our lives and getting to where we are today, and they are looking down at you with so much pride and excitement for your accomplishments. To our professors who are here to watch our class become doctors, after 4 years of rigorous training in the classroom and the hospital, thank you. We greatly appreciate your teaching, your humor, and your compassion. From you, we have learned how to manage difficult cases, speak with difficult clients. We've learned how to handle fractious animals. You taught us how to perform a euthanasia on a beloved animal with grace and dignity. You also taught us to keep our mouths closed while we expressed anal glands. Here are a few of the lessons we learned at CSU that we'll never forget. Hyperlipidemia is a disease of fat, sedentary bitches. Relax, people. I'm allowed to say that word. I'm a doctor, okay? I'm referring to intact female dogs. When performing a vaginal swab, don't forget the whiff test. If you pass an NG tube and you hear crunching, you're gonna have a bad time. When castrating, I wanna hear you say nut to nut before you crunch. Use all of your senses when performing a necropsy. What does it feel like? Smell like? Look like? No, try not to use the taste sense. Live every day like you have MRSA. Every dog has its day, and every species has its herpes virus. And my personal favorite, the only excuse for not performing a rectal exam is if you don't have any fingers or your patient does not have a butthole. If you haven't grasped from these words of wisdom, veterinary medicine is a messy career path. It takes a very special, unique group of people to do the job we're setting out to do. And by special and unique, I mean we're a bunch of weirdos. Now, I'm certainly not saying I'm exempt from that judgment. I'm just as strange as the rest of you. Our unique personalities are the only way I can make sense of working so incredibly hard to fulfill our dreams at this magical place called vet school, where we worked 18 to 14 plus hour days with the same 130 people for 4 years. Vet school, where we incurred hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, where we were exposed to zoonotic diseases and toxic chemicals. It's the place where we came into contact with such a ridiculous amount of bodily fluids that sometimes it's to the point where we don't even recognize from which orifice it originated or from what species. It's where we risked getting scratched by cats, kicked by horses, bit by dogs, trampled by cows, yes, even as Dr. Holt said yesterday, clamped down by a turtle. This is the place where we lost sleep, were scolded by angry clients, became incredibly stressed due to the academic rigors, and all for what? Because we came here to answer our calling in life, to help animals and to help people. Despite many of the unpleasantries, we would probably do it over again to reach our goal of becoming a veterinary medical doctor. We're going to miss a lot of things about CSU. For starters, we're going to miss having 130 friends, our classmates, who are understanding of our situation and can help us in times of need or laugh with us when things don't go perfectly well. We're going to miss having the ability to walk down the hall and collaborate with some of the most talented and prestigious veterinarians on the planet. We're going to miss the natural beauty of Fort Collins and the surrounding areas. We're going to miss our favorite hangouts in town. We'll miss having clients tell us that we're doing a good job and we're going to make a great veterinarian. Yet we're losing our training wheels associated with introducing ourselves as fourth-year veterinary medical students. In a few days, I can't very easily say, "Hi, my name is Linda, and I'm just a baby veterinarian, so can you please be kind?" Despite living the vet school dream over the past 4 years, there are some things we won't miss about vet school. Number one, receiving 56 emails to join the veterinary school hockey team. Number two, having to walk across the entire VTH building to the clinical pathology lab, only to walk your sample approximately 4 steps to the diagnostic laboratory, 4 times a day. Number three, the lack of ladies' restrooms in the building that's full of mostly women. We will not miss the veterinary school weight loss plan, i.e. cryptosporidium. You know, just one of the many reasons that Dr. Hackett told you during your 4th-year orientation to bring a change of pants to keep in your locker senior year, like his toddlers do in preschool. Another thing we won't miss is having a fly in the necropsy room fly under your mask, get trapped, and end up landing on your mouth. Can you imagine where those feet have been? We won't miss going to the necropsy fridge in the middle of the night. In fact, as one student told me the other day, and I quote, "I dragged a placenta into the necropsy room by myself at 3 a.m. the other night, and I bleep you not, there was a bleeping zebra in the freezer. I thought I was in a horror film. It was so creepy." All I could think of was, yeah, the zebra sounds pretty creepy, but you're also dragging a placenta in there, which I'm sure would fit into most people's definition as horror film status. Class of 2016, it was 1,365 long days ago when Dr. Stetter addressed our class at the Fort Collins Hilton. He told us we had 1,365 days to go. It's kind of amazing to imagine both how long ago that seems and yet not so terribly far away. But I guess vet school has a crazy way of warping time like that. For many of us, the journey began long before 1,365 days ago, when we first decided we wanted to go to vet school. I know for a lot of us, it's been a desire that's been innate within us for as long as we can describe. In these 1,365 days, we may have met the love of our lives, gotten married, gotten divorced, had babies. Actually, in 1,365 days, you ladies out there could have had 5.2 babies by now. A few people nearly did, and that's in vet school. We've lost family members, we've gained family members. 4 years is long enough to have completed multiple master's degrees. It's long enough to have walked around the entire earth twice. It's enough time to have flown to and touched down on the planet Saturn. We could have listened to Bohemian Rhapsody 353,381 times by now. Actually, if you convert 1,365 days into dog years, veterinary school has taken us 26 long years to complete in the minds of our beloved pets. This hasn't been an easy 4 years. We've lost some of the members of our class along the way, either due to personal issues, academic difficulties, financial strain, or because of the structure of some of the combined programs. We started as a class of 138. For our year, there were 1,494 applicants who hoped that they would be one of the lucky ones to be chosen to sit here today. We started as a group of people with very varied pasts, but shared our passion for veterinary medicine. We came from different areas of the country, different areas of the world. We had different degrees. Some of us were lucky enough to get accepted into CSU the first time we applied, and others had to apply multiple times. Before veterinary school, our class worked as veterinary technicians and assistants. We played instruments in bands, did voiceover commercials, fought with swords on horseback, owned businesses, were dancers, artists, etc. Our class had varied interests within veterinary medicine while we were in school, and we're pursuing a wide variety of career ambitions after graduation today. I have truly enjoyed getting to know all of you, and I have felt like during our final clinical year, I've gotten to know more and more about our class as individuals than any other particular year in veterinary school thus far. About a week ago, Dr. Oleo Pepelka told me with regards to writing this speech, he said, "Be yourself because there's no other Linda." As a child of the 90s, I'm going to switch from quoting people like Emerson, and I'd like to quote Kurt Cobain when he said, "Wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are." We all clearly wanted very badly to become veterinarians and didn't want to be anything else. For as hard as it is to get into veterinary school, we didn't get here by mistake, and we didn't persevere through it by wanting to do something else with our lives. However, we've had to work very hard during the last 4 years. It's been at the expense of our personal time, our energy, or our hobbies, even our relationships. But as we move forward to the next phase in life, please consider the things that make you who you are and work towards maintaining a balanced life to keep these things in it. That begins with the celebration this weekend. Please take this weekend to enjoy time with your family and friends. Sleep in, have a drink, eat a delicious meal, walk your precious puppies or take them for a hike, cuddle your cats, ride your horse, pick up your instrument you may not have played for the last 4 years. Start a book. No, not a textbook, an actual book for pleasure. Spend time enjoying the sunshine and do what makes you happy and do what makes you you. You all deserve it after working so hard the past 4 years. Despite our varied backgrounds and our individual interests within the profession of veterinary medicine, we're graduating as one single class of 2016, made up of 130 people. We are united by the experiences here at CSU and the common goal that we strive for. We are people who have experienced the devastation of losing one of our favorite patients, or conversely, the excited pride when we've helped a patient defeat the odds and recover from a serious illness. We are all people who have struggled and sacrificed. We are all people who have been embarrassed to not be able to recall a simple answer in morning rounds, or have surprised ourselves when we have actually articulated something we learned in the first year of veterinary school after a 13-hour-long overnight. We've all marveled at the majesty of Dr. Wheeler's cornrows. We've laughed at Dr. Fail's jokes, giggled at clients for not being able to tell the difference between a male and female dog, and fallen over the floor laughing over a paraphimosed penis. It is these experiences that we will remember fondly when we think of veterinary school. It has been an absolute pleasure to call all of you my classmates, but after our experiences over the past 4 years, I am proud to be able to refer to you all as my wonderful, compassionate, silly, unique, hardworking, smart as hell doctor friends. I cannot wait to hear about the great things this class will accomplish in the future with this degree. Congratulations, 2016. We have made it. It has been 1,365 long days, but we are here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hyatt. There's another group of individuals who need to be recognized for playing probably the most important role in helping these graduates get to where they are today. We've talked about them many times last night and today, but through their support and guidance, these individuals have helped nurture our graduates through elementary school and middle school and high school and college and through life. I'd like to now ask the parents, spouses, partners, family members, and friends of all these graduates to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your partnership in making sure these graduates were successful. So we now have 130 new doctors in the house. In addition to earning their veterinary degree, they've also moved from student to alumni. And Colorado State University now has graduated over 7,000 veterinarians, and as a university, we have over 200,000 alumni around the world. So on behalf of Colorado State Alumni Association, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association. While you're graduating physically and moving on, we do want to make sure that you stay connected. We will be checking in with you many times over the next many years, and we want to know what you're doing. We want to hear back from you on how we're doing, and we want to make sure that we connected through all your different journeys. What you do as the class of 2016 will be varied. Where you live will be far-flung, but what you've experienced together over the last 4 years will unite you forever. And just as your class of 2016 will forever be connected, we hope that you will stay closely connected with CSU. Now I'm going to take a moment to just go off script for a moment. This is where, the official people get worried when I go off script. But after the moving coating ceremony last night, I had to kind of change my evening events. So I stopped by the store. I got a bunch of supplies. I got parchment. I got fancy ink. I got glitter. I had to take this funny hat off and put this other funny hat on along with my Lion King pajamas, as Will said. When I left, they actually gave me one with my name on, huh? Pretty cool. So now the bad news is if you open up your diploma covers, I got about, halfway through. So just as I was finishing with Dr. Will's diploma and putting glitter all over, I ran out of glitter, and I ran out to Michael's and, Hobby Lobby, and they were all closed at 2 in the morning. So I'll have to get you the rest of the glitter-filled diplomas in the next couple of weeks. Will, you can wear this later and we'll get pictures if you want. Lastly, on a personal note, we began this journey together 4 years ago. I started with CSU exactly 4 years ago and remember vividly your coating ceremony. I was brand new to the university and I was so impressed with the quality of students that were starting their freshman year. And now, 4 years later, I'm still in awe of the energy, intellect, and the wonderful things that you will be bringing to the profession. I want to commend you all for having the courage and fortitude to follow your hearts and dreams. There are many, many professions for you to choose, but I think you've chosen one that is selfless and truly interested in making a positive difference in the world. So in closing, I ask you to consider the following. If you follow your heart, you will love what you do. If you love what you do, your time will never be wasted. If you love what you do, there will be no regrets. If you love what you do, you will always be engaged in lifelong learning. And if you love what you do, you will make a difference. I'm confident that each and every one of you will make a difference for animals, people, and the planet. Congratulations to you all. Thank you all for joining this wonderful event today. I'm going to ask that the audience please stay seated. The platform committee, the faculty, and our new graduates will leave, and then to our pomp and circumstance. Thank you. To alma mater.